Hi guys, it's me, Randa. I wanted to welcome you to the new series, Faith Talks with Randa. So we did it. A lot of people knew. Well, actually, a small amount of people kind of knew about this Faith Talks with Randa thing. I kind of started it on Snapchat. Now it's on YouTube. So it's kind of crazy. But first, I kind of want to talk about what it's about, where it came from, and I'm gonna get straight to the first episode. So yeah, let's do it. So first of all, welcome to Faith Talks with Randa. I honestly don't know where I got the title from. I really feel like it just came out of a hat. Faith Talks, and then most of my family and friends call me Randa. My full name is Randa, but everybody that know me call me Randa. That's the nickname. So it was just like kind of, I want this to be like a personal series, like a one-on-one type thing, right? Now the theme itself, the whole point of it came from when I was in school. Most of the time I would post stuff that I learned from church, from my friends, and my studying time with God, what I've learned from reading my Bible, watching stuff, anything I would share on my Snapchat and stuff like that. And my sister was like, I feel like you should like make a story that is just directly for that. It is only that. And I was like, I don't know. So I just went out on a leap of faith and I said, if you want, if you were down in like some motivational, devotional stuff, just all this stuff that's about our good Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, just anything. And I posted about it. Like everyone was like, do it. So we made a private story just for that. It was a huge success. A lot of people liked it. I did little videos on there. But I felt led to move it to YouTube because I want to reach out to more people. I want to help someone who's like me, who is a young Black girl, who's a Christian, who is still learning on her walk with God and still makes mistakes and just wants to know how to go through life, you know? Like, I know the stuff I want to talk about on this show, I'm not the only one that deals with it, right? So that's my whole point, my whole goal for this show, and I hope you enjoy it, you learn from it, we learn together. I want to learn as I'm doing this. But yeah, that's what Faith Talks with Randa is about. I'm so excited. But I want to get into the first video. You're gonna be like, what, Randa? If you couldn't tell by the title today, the first episode is called The Power of Prayer. So with this one, I kind of want to give a little bit of a testimony. A lot of people knew that me and my family went to Florida in July. For a lot of people who don't know, my family, my mom, my dad, and my sister and I, we are very busy people. My mom is getting her PhD. My dad is currently in the process of becoming a full, a deacon. My sister is working, preparing to go to college. I'm working, preparing to go to college. Me and my sister are both in the show. So we are a very, 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 very busy family. And we needed a break, a full week, a break, just us four. So months ago, my parents booked a trip to Florida, and the time comes, right? We went to Florida the first week in July. We went to Florida, everything was paid for, all this stuff. So we get to the airport, right? We flew out of Peoria, get to the airport. My parents go, because they pay for a rental car, hotel, all that stuff was paid for, right? We go to the rental place, and they're like, we don't have your car. And we're like, well, we paid for it and everything. Apparently something about a MasterCard, I don't know, So we was like, well, we paid for it. And they were like, well, you gotta have the car, So there was some miscommunication on that. So one, we don't have a car, right? Then, as we are figuring out that, hey, we're gonna be late because we don't have a car, we're gonna try to figure that out. Let's call the hotel. I said, call the hotel. Hi, we're checking in for Wiggins. We're gonna be a little late, having troubles finding a car. We have no reservation for you here. So mentally right now, my family is at the airport in Florida, low-key kind of stranded, don't have a car, no place to stay. This episode is called The Power of Prayer because that's what we did in this moment. We prayed. If you know my mom is a prayer warrior. If you haven't heard my mom pray, you're missing out. But my mom went straight into prayer. I learned so much during this time when this was happening. Mind you, we were in the airport late at night. We were there for like almost 3-4 hours. Nowhere to go. My mom starts praying, going all out, right? My mom is just praying out loud, praying, like going on forth. And then one thing I love what my mom did was, and me and my sister were kind of crying, just kind of emotional, like, we don't have a car, we don't have a place to stay. My dad was trying to look at receipts and all this stuff. And right in the midst of all this, my mom was like, pause, we're going to pray. So literally in the middle of the airport, we all just pray as a family, right? Then my mom starts calling other hotels. While my mom's on hold, my mom is literally praying while she's on hold, y'all. It is so important. Prayer changes things, and the power of prayer is so real. I've learned so much even on this trip, and just how important prayer is. Prayer is one of our key communications to the Father. That's how you talk to God, right? And my mom was just praying. I mean, going in, speaking in tongues, everything. And the lady who was at the Enterprise, who at the time we went there with, she was like, we don't have a car. My mom is praying, going, off in the airport. And she comes to me, she was like, is that your mom? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, I'm going to go back and talk to my manager. So my mom, mind you, my mom's still praying. I call one of my friends. I'm like, here's the deal. This is what's going on. I need you to pray for me. She prayed, beautiful prayer. And literally 5 minutes after she ended the prayer, a lady came to me and said, I talked to my manager, I begged and pleaded, and I got a car for y'all. Oh my, we got a car. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. So I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, we got a car. We got a car. We got a car. Thank God. Thank God. Then suddenly we got a hold of somebody on the hotel. It was like, hey, we got a room for y'all. Da, 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 da. Look at God. Oh my. So we're driving right in Florida. We got the car. God is working. We get a call from the hotel as we are on our way to the hotel. I don't know who you talk to, but we don't have a room for you here. There's no booking. We don't have any room for you here. Do you know what we did? Yeah, I know you did. We went straight into prayer. We went straight into prayer. That's all we could. That's all we could do at this point, because I know when my mom was talking about it, I was talking about it, and my sister, we were all talking about, like, there is no way my parents have planned this amazing trip. There's no way. The devil's not going to win. He didn't. Because there's no way my parents planned this entire trip, right? This entire trip for us to go to Florida, and then we ain't got no car. We ain't got no place to stay. Like, oh no. Oh no. And watch what God's about to do, okay? So we're apparently still driving to the hotel that doesn't have a reservation. My mom keeps praying. My mom keeps praying. About 10 minutes out from the hotel, they call and they're like, we found a place for you. We cleaning it up now. Da, 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 da. When I tell you, I started crying. I started thanking God. My mind was spinning so much. And even in the midst of chaos, in the midst of a storm, that's when you have to pray. Because there was nothing else we could have done. You had to pray. And I just want to let you know, God plants people in your seasons, but because, like, my mom said before we got the hotel and everything, the lady who gave us the car was like, if you don't have a place to stay, you can stay in my house. I have a guest room. Like, that lady did not know us. She didn't know who we were. She didn't know nothing about us. But the fact that God sent her to say that, she didn't have to do that. Oh my. Wow, this is kind of hitting me as I'm retelling the story. But she didn't have to do that. She didn't have to even offer us a place to stay. We don't even know this lady. We don't know nothing about her. She don't know nothing about us. That's just how God works. That's really just how God works. When we took that vacation, I really started to understand more of God and how powerful and how much it is important to pray. And overall, the trip was amazing. And I remember when we came back, when we were done in Florida, we came back to the airport, we passed the place where everything happened. We were sitting down, we found out we didn't have a car, we didn't have a place to stay. And we almost just started crying and almost worshiping over that spot, because it's like, look where we were last week and look where we are this week. An amazing time. It was just amazing. I don't know. I just feel like that vacation taught me so much about prayer, about my walk with God, and how important prayer is and how much prayer works. Because we didn't have to pray. Like, we could have just been like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And we didn't even, and in the midst of that, we didn't call any family members. We didn't call anyone. Because at the time, we were like, what was going to happen? There was nothing else to do but turn to God. Like, prayer is so important in how you do it. Like, I was literally just talking about like, hey God, I know you didn't do this. I know my parents did not just pay this full trip, completely paid off for us to come to Florida, not have a car, not have a place to stay. There's no way. But he works in mysterious ways. And one thing I also learned is I have to give him time. You have to give God time. He's not gonna he doesn't rush. Sometimes I get very impatient. The Lord is working on me like that. I get very impatient. This trip also told me to wait. Wait on the Lord and wait and see. And the trip just kept getting bigger and better ever since when that day happened. And can I tell you, I was scared. I was anxious because my parents also were like, we just paid for this and you're over here telling me that we don't have this, we don't have that, we don't have that. Because what are you supposed to do in that moment? It's like, mind you, we're in Florida. We didn't have any family near at the time. No family, none of our immediate family was in Florida. So we were literally stranded in Florida airport with nothing else to do. Like the Uber, it just wasn't aligning. It just, I don't know. I've learned so much from this trip, and even though I hated it in the moment, for some reason, I'm grateful we went through it because it showed me how important prayer is and how important it is to turn to God in times like this. Well, no, sorry. This is a realization with me as I'm telling this story again. But it was almost like he needed us to turn to him in that moment because there was nothing else we could have done. We could have called everyone in the world. But God was the only one that could have fixed that situation. Well, I'm kind of talking to myself right now. You know, you'd just be talking, you'd be like, whoa, oh my. That's just, wow. That was good. That was real good. The power of prayer. Make sure that you pray every day. I have a saying, prayer cannot be emergent. Prayer cannot be an emergency contact. It has to be a lifestyle. Every day you wake up and pray. Whatever you're doing, you pray. You talk to God. Regardless, and I've had so many conversations with so many people about this and how everyone's prayer life is different. No one's prayer lives look the same. Like when I'm telling you, when I talk to God, I don't get on my knees all the time. I'm like, Jesus, I just be, so God, today, can we talk about what happened because I just need your help? Or da-da-da-da. Because he wants a relationship with you, right? So he just wants you to talk with him. That's what prayer is. You making sure that you're talking with God. You're communicating with God. He's your father. You want to talk to your father. You want to read his word. You want to learn more about him. And you learn about him. You pray and talk to him. Read his word. It's really, I feel like it's so simple, but it's also hard at the same time because sometimes I feel like we don't have the energy to do it, but you have the energy to do all this other stuff, but you ain't got the energy to talk to your Lord and Savior Jesus. Like, you know, like it's always, I don't know, it's just a lot, but it's like you can do it. Like, just talk to him, just pray. And even when, I think it was also important for me to see my mom when she was praying, like out loud. Like, didn't care, like, it shouldn't be ashamed of praying out loud. That's something I had to work on, too. Because at first I was like, oh, gosh, no. Because, Miss Stacy, y'all, my mom was going in. And not being ashamed of that, either. Because I want people to see what he's doing in my life because he can do the same in your life. You know what I'm saying? This is good. This is really good. This Faith Talk to Randa thing, oh, it's going to be something. It's going to be something. Let me stop this video. Let me cut it off. Let me wrap it up. But, what? Sorry, I'm wrapping it up. But prayer is powerful. Prayer is powerful and prayer changes. And I'm still learning today on how my prayer life is with God and how I'm still making sure I'm communicating with him and talking with him right now. You know? I think sometimes we overthink it. We think it's too hard. We can't do it. But you're doing it. I feel like sometimes we just overthink it. We're like, oh, this is not right. This is right. He just wants to talk to you. He's here for you. He's never going to leave you. Okay? He's not deep. He's never leaving. He's never leaving. He's standing right here. He's not leaving. He's saying right here. He's saying right here. The power of prayer. I want you just keep praying. I really want this first video to just show the importance of prayer and that you should be praying every day in everything that you do. Prayer should be a lifestyle. It should always be in your life. No matter what that looks like. No matter what time you pray, whatever that looks like for you, because that's your relationship with God. Do you understand? Like you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? But prayer is powerful. Prayer is so powerful, and it's so important that you do it. And that you're listening. You're talking with God. You're understanding what he's saying. You're communicating with him. Because he just wants to talk to you. He wants a relationship with you as well. You just got to have a relationship with him. Yeah. Oh my. Oh my. Faith Talks with Randa, guys. Get into it. I'm going to be honest. I was kind of nervous. Be really transparent and honest about this. Because I sometimes get in my head and just think about other people's opinions and what's going to happen. But if God told me to do this, he gave me this idea. He must have gave it to me for a reason. So I'm going to listen to him, do what I need to do. So I'm stepping out on faith. I pray that you support me. You pray for me as I do this series. And just thank you for supporting me. I have so much stuff coming up. Please make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, and that you share this video for a person who maybe needs help with prayer, doesn't know what prayer is, how to pray. I want to help. I want to help you tell me to help. Okay, we're in this together. Okay, I love y'all. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for loving on me and just enjoying this journey with me, and even the Faith Talks with Randa as a whole. I love you guys so much. Bye.